Welcome to another episode of Wellness Wednesdays brought to you by Be Well Buzz. Today I want to share extremely important information about Fukushima, its nuclear waste, the threat of disaster, and Japan's need for help. After ousting the flawed and untrustworthy leadership of the Tokyo Electric Power Company, or TEPCO, the Japanese government is finally moving forward with relocating 400 tons of highly radioactive spent nuclear fuel. The press and commentators everywhere are referring to this effort as very risky and the most dangerous situation humanity has ever had to face. Let's briefly rewind for those of you who are new to this. Some say the Fukushima nuclear power plant was already too hot to handle on March 11, 2011, when the earthquake caused a tsunami, killing nearly 16,000 people and causing irreversible damage to the plant. It released enough radiation into the environment that officials evacuated all towns within 22 kilometers or 13 miles, and after 2 years, there is still no return in sight. Since the event, we've heard news of 300-plus ton leakage of highly irradiated water, potential lethal power outage resulting from a rat that tripped a wire, and an employee that accidentally deactivated power to nuclear cooling systems, a mistake that could have led to a nuclear meltdown. TEPCO has definitely established reputation for incompetence. But let's get to the bigger issue in hand. Experts and officials believe that another earthquake could collapse the reactors, causing explosions, unstoppable nuclear fires, and sending radiation into the atmosphere 14,000 times greater than an atomic bomb, which once devastated Hiroshima. The result of that would threaten humanity for thousands of years. So as you can see, the removal of these rods is of huge importance to safety and the prevention of another nuclear catastrophe. The process to carefully remove and relocate used fuel rods assemblies from a crippled reactor has begun. With fuel assemblies no longer neatly aligned, their locations inexact, and their racks possibly misshapen, the process must now be done manually. TEPCO technicians must pluck more than 1,500 brittle and potentially damaged fuel assemblies from the unstable reactor, and the risk for dropping, breaking, or coming too close to another is dangerously high. The rod transfer operation from Unit 4, which is the most unstable part of the plant, is scheduled for completion by the end of 2014, but some experts say it could potentially last a decade. Another concern has risen, as the Japanese plan is not to simply store the nuclear materials, but to reprocess them. They don't currently have a clean method of disposal or any long-term plan for containment. Critics say that reprocessing is an extremely high-cost avoidance and developing new policy. Another reason for reprocessing is typically to obtain the small amount of plutonium that is in each assembly, which is less than 1% of entire material. Plutonium extractions tend to indicate the development of nuclear warfare. These efforts are raising questions about Japan's commitment to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and may be seen as a head nod to nations like South Korea interested in extracting plutonium to build weapons. This is a scary scenario that has the potential to play out into a global catastrophe. Media has chosen to be silent about the various aspects of this dire situation, and it's important to share this information and spread awareness. The world must come together, gather the brightest minds to solve this mess, and make sure it never happens again. Make sure to share this important information far and wide by liking and sharing this video on Facebook or emailing to your friends and family. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so I can let you know when our next Wellness Wednesday is available. Until next time, be a part of a solution so together we can make a world a better place.